All right, all right, all right! Let's get it on! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 Pittsburgh 48-Hour Film Project Sci-Fi Horror Edition. Thank you for being in the Hisow with us. Specifically, thank you for coming to Lightbulb Rentals. Please give it up for Lightbulb Rentals, who I know cares about indie filmmaking because almost everybody who works at Lightbulb Rentals is currently here on a team. So that's super great. Let's look. We have a few minutes because Leah is tabulating so many things. So we got to talk about this kickoff info sheet. So pull out this sheet and let's just go over it. On the first page, of course, is a place for you to write the 2 genres you're about to get and the 3 prompts. You are welcome to take pictures of the screen. We are live sending this out into the world. This is going to my Facebook. I sent you a link onto, what is that thing that we're using to talk to one another? WhatsApp. So hopefully you all are one team leader from your group is in the WhatsApp because you have this info. One team leader. Look, you can download the forms and the info, all the forms. You can download step-by-step instructions and advice on the Dropbox that I have given you. Is that new to anybody, the Dropbox? Is it new to anybody here? There's a Dropbox folder. It has every single bit of advice that you need. It has every release form that you could possibly need. And it has tutorials on how to upload things and how to use the website. In terms of release forms, you all must fill out and turn in release forms, every team. So that means that every crew member and cast member needs to sign a release form. Every location that is not a public place, even your own house, you need to get a release form from yourself, which I know you can get. And then if you use music, you have to release it. So if you use a place like Artlist, or if you find free music, maybe you know somewhere on the internet where there's free music, you will fill it out yourself, and you'll write there about where you got it. So I could go and see that it was okay to use it for free. And then if you're paying for music, you could write the service. You could include a copy of the form that proves you pay for the service. Or if you have a composer, they may fill out a release form as a crew member, and they might fill out some kind of music release as well, right? There is also a materials release, which is for like artwork and other things that you think need to be released. Really, I can't think of anything other than artwork that needs the materials release. You can ask me as the weekend goes on the WhatsApp. I expect these questions on the WhatsApp. If I can't answer it, another team leader will answer it. It'll probably come from me, but occasionally people need these things answered at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm sleeping. Yes? You will talk to your team leader. More than one person can be on it. I'll let 2 people on it. I just don't want tons of people on it because you're directing for your team. You can get on it. They have it. You can ask me about it later, and I will get you the link. So if problems come up, there's the filmmaking rules and the competition rules, which are on the website. You should go and read them if you haven't yet, or delegate and make somebody else read them. You can ask on the WhatsApp group. This is my cell phone number. You have gotten it before because I've emailed you, but it's right here. It's on this form. You can text me, call me, Facebook me, WhatsApp me, anytime, day or night, the entire weekend. I don't care. If I'm asleep, I turn off my ringer. But I usually try and leave it on this weekend. Your film must be turned in by 7:29 and 59 seconds on Sunday. So my advice to you is, render a cut at 4 and upload it. Render a cut at 5 and upload it. Render a cut at 6 and upload it, right? Do a bunch of cuts, and then I'll take the last one. So that way, you've got drafts along the way. Because if your film is not in by 7:30, I will screen it. It will be up for Audience Choice Award, but it cannot win any of the other awards. So The judges will never see your movie if it's turned in late. Okay? I recommend you dedicate somebody to make sure that you get the line right, the prop right, and the character right. Maybe you call that person a script supervisor, but I would encourage you to have that person because you're going to be tired and you're going to need somebody to be clear thinking for you. It says on the bottom of the first page, be careful. And what I mean by that is if you are using a weapon, a fake weapon, a gun, please don't use any real guns for any reason. But if you use a fake weapon of any kind in a public place, you had better call the cops ahead of time and they better know what you're doing. They have shown up to shoots because they didn't know it was a shoot and because the neighbors called and they pulled out their guns. The police pulled out their guns. And the last thing you need is to be shot by a police officer because they don't know what you're doing. So, if you're in a public place, be very, very careful. If you are in a private place, be very, very careful with any weapons, no matter how fake they are. Treat them like they're real. Okay, second page. Leah, how are you? 5 minutes? 7 minutes? All right, great. Second page, important date, 59 and 59 seconds Sunday night. So if there's a choice about which one to get completed by 7:30, choose the movie, right? Turn your paperwork in late. Occasionally, somebody will forget one piece of paper. I'm not going to freak out about that. But if you have turned in no paperwork, you may get disqualified. So please do your paperwork. Important dates. You and your entire team, the person you got your location from, your mom, I don't care. They're all invited to the wrap party, which is from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. So 2 days from now at the Chinatown Inn, which is owned by Ming Na Wen's family, one of the most famous Pittsburghers ever. Hopefully you guys all know Ming Na Wen. You are welcome to come. I am not buying you food, but you can buy your own food, and they have drinks, so they have a bar. Yeah. You can't release your movie. You can't release your movie until after screenings. So, but you can make a poster, and you can release a poster, and you can make a 48-second trailer, and you can release that trailer everywhere. I will encourage you to upload that stuff to the Dash and put it on our Facebook group because I use the posters. I make sure the posters show up in the movie theater so everybody sees your poster. So if I have access to it, I do that. The premiere screenings are noted here. Tickets go on sale Monday. The Atuso group, are you here? Yeah. I moved you guys to Group A. Because we had some people move. So now we, again, have 48 teams. 12 teams per screening block. Tickets are $12. You'll be able to get them through the website. It'll be great. I reserved 2 tickets for the team leader. The team leader is probably the person who has an A, B, C, or D on their hand right now, but it is definitely the person who paid for the team. They get 2 free tickets. If your movie is screening, you have 2 free tickets. All right. The best of awards the best of screening / award show is going to be on the 29th. It's going to be really great. And you can learn more about that. Oh, I need to read the names of every one of our sponsors because I promised them that I would, and because all of the prizes that we got for the 48, every single award comes with a prize, and it only happened because of our sponsors. And so here they are. Silent Visual Media, Adobe, Oneberg, 2420 Penn Avenue, which is Steel City Access and Bold Escape Rooms, The Weeping Glass, Grim Wizard Coffee, Grand Midway Hotel, Buffalo Bill's House, Rick Dutro and Stephanie Swift, Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, in the Hizzow, Lightbulb Rentals, woo! Film Pittsburgh, Pip and Lola's, Construction Junction, Pittsburgh Center for Creative Reuse, Goat Milk Fudge Productions, that's me. The Space Upstairs, the Oaks Theater, Iron City Circus Arts, and Riley's Poorhouse. Technical specs are noted here. A few things about these technical specs. For the love of God, shoot 24 frames a second. Not 2398. Shoot 24 if you can. 2398 is cool. 24 is better because that's exactly what a DCP plays back at, which is what we'll be watching in the movie theater, a DCP. You will turn in an MP4 file, some kind of H.264 file, right? It's a 2 gig limit, but the website will actually take just up until 3 gigs. So mix your audio to minus 6 dB or minus 5 dB, right around there. Don't let it go above that. Don't keep it real low. Minus 6 is where the peaks want to hit, okay? It'll be good for YouTube, and it'll be good for our screening. Any questions about tech specs? Any questions about the first page of info I've read to you? Great. Continuing on, be sure to upload using Chrome or Firefox. Do not upload using Safari. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm sorry. If you start to upload your movie and your upload fails, as long as you use the exact same file, it will work. It will work. I don't care if it's 2 hours later, 3 hours later, doesn't matter. As long as you started uploading before 7:30 and you use that exact same file, it will work and you will be on time. If you finish your movie late, we will still screen it. But if you tell me that you turned it in, that you finished it on time or early, I will know that you lied. I will know. I'll still screen your movie. I'll still be cool to you. You know, like I'm not going to feel bad. It's not like, oh, you lied to me. You're a horrible person. But I will tell you that I will know because I can tell. I can see in the file exactly what time you finished the render. So it's when you finish the render that really matters more than anything else. At the beginning of your movie, you need to put a slate. It has to have some info. I have sent you examples of this slate. It's in the Filmmaker Download folder. But that info needs to be there. It needs to have 5 seconds of black. Then it needs to have either the animated slate or a title card that says this film was made for the 48-hour film project, 2023, not 2022. I messed up. 2 seconds of black, and then your title card for 5 seconds. The title card has your team name, the title of your movie, the genre you chose. So you can choose, you're going to be given 2 genres. You can choose to make a movie that's for both of those genres or just for one of them. Whatever you write on that slate is what I think you meant, right? So if you write both genres but you don't do both genres, the judges are going to see that and think, well, you know, they only hit one of these genres. So only put there the genre that you are making of your movie. And then 2 seconds of black, and then your movie. The end credits, you got 1 minute, right? Your movie can be 4 minutes to the dot, 4 minutes. If it's 3 minutes and 50 seconds, you're disqualified. It's too short. 4 minutes to 7 minutes of movie. If your movie is 7 minutes and 10 seconds long, it is too long and you are disqualified. 4 minutes to 7 minutes. And you have 1 minute of credits. 1 minute. 1 minute of credits. Occasionally, someone will turn in a movie without credits because they were rushing and they didn't get to put them. I still want your movie. Still turn it in on time. I will let you submit revised credits. So if you misspell the actor's name, which I have done, if you do that, you can turn in revised credits, but they have to look exactly the same. So no like, oh, I did this in Papyrus and now I found a really nice font. No, it's still Papyrus. It's exactly the same. You just fix the spelling. If you don't do any credits for your movie, then you can turn in a single slide, one slide, with all the credits on it, which I will put on the screen. So everybody gets credit for working on the movie. It's just not sexy. But you might still win if your movie's really sexy, because the judges are judging your movie, not the credits, okay? So you can't leave anything in the credits that's important for the movie. All right. There's some more info at the end of this. Here's some judging info. Just very quickly, the judges use this exact info. It's pretty much verbatim what I send to them. It's only slightly different. So what I'm telling you is this is what I tell the judges. So if you want to know What do I need to do to win? This is what I tell the judges. That's about it, okay? These are all the awards you can win and what your prize is. Best Student 48-Hour Film. I'm going to tell you the names of the teams that I think are student teams. You tell me if I missed your name. Is she ready? Okay. These are the student teams. They have 75% students. Students are anybody from kindergarten to graduate school. They're all students. Okay? So if you have a team with 75% or more, you might have a family team and all of a sudden realize, like, oh man, there are more kids than there are adults. We have a student team. So I've got Firefly Productions, the B Team, La Roche, Carnegie Mellon, Give 'em Props, and Shenley Park Kids. Are there any other teams that are student teams? Great. Original music. If you have original music in your movie, make sure I know it. In the wrap-up form that you have to fill out at the end, it tells you to check something. Make sure I know it. We give an award for best music, and I do not want to give an award to Artlist or YouTube or that Kevin guy. What's that Kevin guy? Kevin MacLeod. Kevin MacLeod. I don't want to give, Kevin doesn't need it. But somebody here does, somebody in Pittsburgh, and they get like, I think like a basket or something. All right, 1 second. Okay. A couple things. There are rules in the rules on the website about using artificial intelligence. So if you're using AI to help you generate story ideas or a finished script, an actual totally complete finished script, or visuals, like maybe you've made a shot using Midjourney or something, you have to use the rules that are written on that site. And if you violate those rules, you could be disqualified, okay? So I encourage you to review those rules. I will post those rules on our WhatsApp group, okay? But if that's part of your thing, go to the website and see the rule. It's very clear. Very important. There are some people here tonight who helped make this event possible, and I really need to say their name because without them, we wouldn't be here. And please, when we're done, please give them a resounding round of applause. Ted Wilkinson, my friend Ted. Ted was downstairs. He was the first person you met. Thank you, Ted. Thank you for being here. Behind me, JP Lavoie. JP, come back here. Next to JP, Brian Cottington, right here. Stephen Dixon is right next to him. Stephen Dixon. Incredible filmmakers, every one of them. Also, Nick Pastor. Nick is back there running camera. He is my intern. Nick is amazing. He's worked so hard for me. Zach Miller isn't here, but Zach Miller helped set up a lot of the things in the basement that you saw, along with Chase Everett. Chase is here. Chase. Chase is our clown. Leah Hogel is in the house, and she is making the slideshow that you're about to see. Leah loves you. Please give it up for Leah. Downstairs, your scare actors were Samantha Swope, Ryan Pascal, Nick Angelou, and Francis Chow. Please give it up for all of them. Samantha, are you looking for a team?
No, not this year.
How about Ryan? Same thing? No. So I don't know that anybody's looking for a team that's still here. Is anybody looking for a team that I didn't know? Oh, Wayne. Wayne is looking for a team. He's really smart. So if you need an extra team member, Wayne, you want to act, right, Wayne? Actor crew. Wayne's here. So if you're looking for an extra hand, please hook up with Wayne. Okay. All right, here we go. Before we move on, does anybody have any burning questions? Any burning questions? Yes.
What differentiates Best Scream and King or Queen from Best Actor or Actress?
Their Scream. Best Actor or Actress is really about an entire performance. It's going to be a lead actor. The Scream, it could be anybody. That might be the only time you see them on screen is when they're screaming. But that's Scream. That's pretty awesome. Any other questions? Any other burning questions? Yes. The judges determine best director, not me, and they watch the movies and pick their best three for directing. They are intelligent people with lots of experience, and they do it. They do their thing. All right. Any other burning questions? Any burning questions? Yes. I'm not positive of that. I would have them fill out both unless they're unwilling. But SAG actors must fill out SAG paperwork. SAG actors can act in our movies. It's totally fine. I confirmed it with SAG directly, and I have proof. So if you want to use a SAG actor, you can, but there is special SAG paperwork you have to fill out, and you have to follow the directions accordingly. Okay. Does anybody want to know what genres they got? Okay, here we go. Oh, hey, there's the upcoming info again. Just wanted you to know, in case you didn't know, there it is, right? Group A, here we go. Atosa Film Club in the Hizzow, right? Yeah, here we go. Paranormal movie and space opera. Ooh, nice. That's an interesting selection. Remember, you only have to do one. You don't have to do both, but you can mix them. Next up, beginnings. I see you, Jackie. I see you, and you're standing. Here we go. Slasher, splatter, and first contact encounter. She knows what to do. Next up, Blood Moon. Blood Moon, are you in the Hizzow? Yes. Insect horror. And mutation. Ooh. That's how it goes. That's great. That's crazy, right? Those are on two different lists, right? Leah, those are on two different lists, aren't they? Yeah, that's how it goes. Next up, Cajun Shamrock Production. Where are you? Yeah, I see you. Curse, Prophecy, and Invasion. All right, we'll see what you do. Next up, Fantasgrates Films. Are you here? Oh, yeah. Escape Room Liminal Horror and Comedy Sci-Fi. You don't have to mix them, but you can. All right, next up, Impaled Films. Are you in the house? Impaled. Yes, you made it. Clowns, Funhouse, Carnival, Freaks. Oh, they are all set. And Alien. Wow, there you go. Next up, JB Films. JB Films, where you at? Yeah. Classic Monster, Creature Feature, and Scientific Romance. They can do that. Next up, La Roche University in the house. Here we go. Artificial Intelligence and Psychological Horror. All right. Next up, Magnificent Productions. Yes. Undead. This is all Undead. All versions of Undead. Undead. And apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic. Next up, Peanut Butter and Chocolate Productions. Are you here? Yes. Yes, you guys. Supernatural Religious Horror and utopian or dystopian. Next up, production daughters of J.H. Are you here? Oh, I see the daughters. Gothic horror and parallel universe or alternate reality. Next up, synergy, local lore, and time travel. You got to get that thing up to 88 miles an hour, bro. You better be careful doing that on Route 79. Next up, Group B. The B team. B team, witchcraft and space opera. Nice. Next, Blind Tiger Films. Where are you? I see you guys. Classic monster, creature feature, and scientific romance. Next up, Conrad Studios. Gothic horror and time travel. Next up, Firefly Productions. Are you here? Comedy, horror, and Alien. All right. Give them props, Productions. Where you at? Yep. Paranormal movie and parallel universe or alternate reality. Next up, Harbingers of Joy. Local lore and utopian or dystopian. All right. Next up, Pulley Productions. Where you at, Darrell? Yes. A psychological horror and mutation. He seems happy with what he got. Next up, Reckless Amnesiac. Yes, brothers. Undead, all kinds of undead, and artificial intelligence. Next up, Second Wind Pictures. Where you at, Second Wind? Yeah. Slasher, splatter, and apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic. Next up, Spectacular Optical. That's right. Curse, Prophecy, and Lost World. Next up, Vetoed Films. Did you make it? Thank God. Here we go. Clowns, Funhouse, Carnival, Freaks, and Comedy Sci-Fi. One or the other, or both. I find clowns very funny. All right, next. Wolfhound Productions. Yes, brothers. Insect horror and space pirates, ninjas, and cowboys. Next up, Group C. An Intrinsic and MJ production collaboration. Are you here? Where are you at? Yes. Psychological horror and apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic. Next up, Box Crush. Where you at, Box Crush? Oh, yes. Undead, all versions of undead, and Alien. James sort of looks like he could be an alien. Next up, Clout Testers. I see you, Mr. Smee. Escape Room, Liminal Horror, and Invasion. All right, next up, Confluence Productions. Where are you, Confluence Productions? Oh, yes, brothers. Paranormal movie and utopian or dystopian. Next up, Experimental Productions. Witchcraft and space pirates, ninjas, and cowboys. Next up, Filmmakers Finest. Where are you? Yes. Comedy horror and First Contact / Encounter. That's a happy Filmmakers Finest right there. gaff tape, and a prayer. All right, here we go. Local lore and time travel. Oh, you're in trouble. I love it. Next up, goblins and gaffers. Where you at? Goblins and gaffers, you here? You're here? Okay, I see you. Classic monster, creature feature. You know classic monsters, right? If you type in classic monsters in the internet, you'll see what I'm talking about. And comedy sci-fi. Next up, Just Ahead Productions. Yeah, just ahead. Curse Prophecy and space opera. Next up, Long Knuckle Studios, back in the house. Slasher Splatter and parallel universe or alternate reality. Mystery Achieved. Are you here? Yes. Possessed Person / Thing and Mutation. Next up, Weary Travelers. All right, you weary travelers. Gothic Horror and Lost World. All right, you can work with that. Group D. 3BT Productions. Curse Prophecy and First Contact / Encounter. Next up, Alternate Milk Media. Are you here? Yes. Psychological Horror and Alien. Next up, Bad Dates. Bad Dates, you in the house? Yes. Local Lore and Invasion. Desktop Metallica Folder Films. Yes. Slasher Splatter and Apocalyptic or Post-Apocalyptic. Next up, J&C Productions. Yes, I see you. Supernatural Religious Horror and Space Opera. Next up, Lumen Productions. Lumen, are you here? Yes. Possessed Person / Thing and Scientific Romance. Next up, Nightfall. Nightfall, are you here? Yes, I see you. Escape Room Liminal Horror and Robot, Cyborg, Punk, Steam, Diesel, Solar, etc. Next up, Quiet Warlock and the Chill Thrill Specialists. Yes. Clowns, Funhouse, Carnival Freaks, and Utopian or Dystopian. Next up, Red Slate Films. Red Slate, are you here? There you go. Witchcraft and Time Travel. Nice. Shenley Park Kids. Are you here? Yes. Awesome. Paranormal Movie and Parallel Universe or Alternate Reality. Twins of Destruction. I see two twins. I see destruction. Insect Horror and Mutation. Wow. All right, there you go. Yellow Bridge Productions. Yellow Bridge, are you here? Yellow Bridge. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Classic Monster Creature Feature and Comedy Sci-Fi. All right. We have that in order. Let me know when we're ready for the second slideshow. It is 6:53. We have 7 minutes to go through the second slideshow. Are you ready? All right. Let me know when you guys are ready. Okay. Let's get started. You are not leaving until 7 p.m. Let's just get that through our heads. But maybe in a moment we'll be able to do something fun. Okay. 2023 horror sci-fi required elements. All of your films must have these elements. Okay? The required elements must appear in the story of your film. Use of the elements only in the end credits will not fulfill the requirement. Won't do it. So don't just put it in the credits. Character. All right. must be clearly identifiable. The required character does not have to be the star, but we must actually see them on the screen. You have to see them, not just hear them. You must see them. Name tags are not necessary as long as the audience can infer who he or she is. So as long as I know who it is, I know who it is. That's good. It's good enough. Their name does not need to be said out loud, but if you say it, it must be the correct name. It can't be a little off. If you don't say a letter or something, you say a weird sort of, it's got to be the name. Now say Bloody Jerry, Bloody Jerry, Bloody Jerry 3 times. The required character is Sean or Shonda Taker, who is a skater. There are lots of different types of skaters. There are ice skaters, roller skaters, skateboarders. There are hockey skaters. There are all kinds of skaters. Heelys are skating. There's lots of different types of skating. That's what I'm talking about. Skater. Sean or Shonda Taker. The name and that's what they do. It is that character, and they in some way are a skater. Or they were a skater or something. I don't know, but it needs to be in the movie. Okay. Any questions? Moving on. Prop must be visible on screen. We have to see the prop. We have to see it. We can't just hear it, we have to see it. A picture of the prop is also allowed. So let's say you didn't get one, but you printed it out, or you got it on your phone and you took a shot of that. That would count. Or if you're just poor and you're just like, I don't have it. Yeah. All right, so do your best R2-D2 impression. Okay, great. I appreciate your effort. All right, here we go. Your prop is an adhesive bandage. An adhesive bandage. So we originally had Band-Aid, but I will tell you that Band-Aid is a logo and is registered copyright, so we chose adhesive bandage. So you just got to get one that doesn't have a logo on it, right? Or anything that is an adhesive bandage. Maybe you're thinking of a type of adhesive bandage that I'm not thinking of. I don't care, as long as it's there. All right, moving on. The required line. We have 3 minutes. 3 minutes. If I could ask you all to stand up. Now please turn to the person behind you and repeat after me. After me. Turn to the person next to you if there's nobody behind you to. Oh, I see. Turn to somebody you don't know. Just anybody. Shake their hand. And now repeat after me. I hope you make a really killer movie. But I hope mine kills yours. All right. Great. You can have a seat. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Here we go, required line. The required line of dialogue must be heard or seen. It can be written. So if you like write in another language or something, or it's a subtitle, right? But it must be heard or seen. It may be in a foreign language, however, if it is not clear that this is the required line, it should be translated. It must be said exactly as written, verbatim. No words inserted or altered. Words can be before or after the line. Lots of words can be before the line, and lots of words can be after the line, but you cannot insert words in between. It must be exactly as said. And I encourage you to watch and pull it up on your phone while they're delivering it. Hold on to your butts. After this, you can begin your new nightmare. The required line is, I learned this secret long ago. I learned this secret long ago. Here are all of your required elements. Please be careful. Make a great movie. I can't wait to see you all at screenings or at the wrap party on Sunday. If you have any questions, I'll be right here.